Benedicta, this is some slightly alarming stuff. What's in these notices exactly? What's the Brexit minister trying to tell people to do?
Well, effectively what the government and this new Brexit secretary is trying to do is trying to reassure people, advise them, guide them. There have been dire warnings in the last few weeks, not to mention months, about the fact that there is not enough clarity and that because it's getting very late in this process, the process that is officially supposed to end on the 29th of March 2019, as you say, 7 months down the track, at midnight, Brussels time, is really means that there's a lot of contingency planning that needs to be done, and that there could be shortages of blood supplies, of medicines, etc. So this is very much Dominic Raab today trying to reassure individuals, businesses, and other groups on addressing today 25 technical notices. We understand that 80 are going to be published in the coming weeks to help them prepare for extra paperwork, for example, at borders, also contingency plans to avoid medicine shortages. The Labour Party is not impressed. The opposition Labour Party, they say that this is actually not clear enough. This is a very poor show. And they remind everyone, including the government, that the Labour Party and the opposition party, do not believe that this government has either a majority to approve the current Chequers plan of the Prime Minister Theresa May, or indeed a no-deal Brexit.
Now, the Brexit minister himself has said that he doubts it will come to this. It's really just, as you said, a risk measure, if you like, just to prepare people just in case. But what's the word on the street? What do people think? Could it really come to this?
Well, very much. It looks like it is so late in the process. The government keeps on repeating, as did the Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab today, that they are hoping for a good deal, that 80%, he said, has already been agreed. But of course, until everything is agreed, nothing is agreed. So, for example, UK expats in the rest of the EU, that they should be all right and their rights protected. But of course, if in the end there is a no-deal Brexit, that perhaps their pensions and access to their pensions could be affected. That, for example, the credit card costs for UK citizens could rise as they travel throughout the EU. So there are many scare stories around, and very much what the Brexit Secretary and the government, as it prepares for these coming months and for these crucial negotiations which Dominic Raab pointed out he's been 3 times to Brussels since his appointment just over a month ago, and that he is very much engaging in intensifying negotiations on behalf of the UK with the chief EU negotiator, Michel Barnier. So this, as I said, is hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. And there are, as I said, also 80 more notices that are going to be published. But I think the scare stories will very much continue. And as for the man or woman on the street, they get on with their lives. But I think there is a kind of maybe fatalism that is setting in, and some people very anxious, very worried, not least the 3.5 million EU citizens in this country who believe that whatever happens, according to the government, that their rights will be protected. But that remains really to be seen as far as they're concerned.
Benedict, thank you. That's our Benedict Pavio speaking to us there from London.